Hello again. This is going to be, I guess, probably the only one of this month because I've just accumulated everything and not recorded anything. So I've got a bunch of stuff to go through from multiple different sources. So let's begin. First thing I've got, I guess the first two I'll show you, actually the most recent from a visit to the Roxy. Two vinyls here. The only single I've got, this is Let Her Go by Strawberry Switchblade. I guess one of the cheap ones, because since yesterday is ubiquitous, this one I haven't seen outside of this copy, but again, cheap. So there it is. Quickly becoming one of my favorites, despite having a very limited discography of like 15 or 16 songs. Anyway, here's two of them. Let Her Go and Beautiful End, which I don't know quite so well. This one's a bit of a dirty copy, actually. I'll have to go ahead and do that. There we go, much better. So yeah, quick little addendum. Be stupid not to pick it up. Obviously the Strawberry Switchblade LP, much more enigmatic in the sense that, or is that even the right word? Maybe, because you don't see it anywhere and it's pretty expensive as well. I think the cheapest one I could physically get from the UK was like 57 quid, something like that. I just don't think they really repressed it or did anything with it. Just kind of mad. But yeah, anyway, that's that. The only single I've got. Next up, the other thing I got from there, this is A Wizard, A True Star, Todd Rundgren. One of the albums I've heard most recently, actually. I knew this was in there, so might as well go and pick it up. Kind of a wild album, as you can tell from the cover from 1973. That cover, pretty much a mirror image. In fact, yeah, it is. Text isn't mirrored though. It's a gatefold as well. Gatefold single LP. Although this is like a 56-minute album. So this is one of the longest single LPs I know of, provided it is as long as the version I listened to. I mean, the grooves are certainly packed out, so that follows. 56 minutes? You're talking like, that just doesn't really happen. Some Boots is on one LP. I think that's about the same length as this, except they cut a track off, so it's about 48 or something like that. So this isn't really something that happens. How much the sound quality is affected because of it, I don't know. Maybe that's why it's kind of a cheap record. Other long ones I can think of, Hejira is a single album. That's about 52 minutes. I'm sure there are some others, but generally when you're talking an hour, that's like almost, there's never a single vinyl, but this one is. Kind of weird. All the songs, well, I don't even think the songs flow together, but it's just, there's no gaps between them. Exhausting listen, but it's very good. All right, that's for Roxy. I got two from the RPM discs also today. I've been busy. So let's go in order. This is the first, another one of the albums I've only heard very recently. Yesterday, in fact. Eyeless in Gaza, Photographs as Memories. I knew that was in there, so that was partly why I went. Because I thought, I'm pretty sure I saw that in there. It wasn't very expensive, and I was right. It's only 12 quid. Goes for a bit more than that on Discogs for a very good copy. But this one looks pretty good. Bit of a crack there. Who gives a damn? Yeah, I thought this album's going to be a lot more, I guess, confrontational. Yeah, I mean, a bit of ring burn, a bit of muck, doesn't really matter. Called Eyeless in Gaza. It's a bit of a brutal name, right? Especially with the recent and perpetual happenings in, the Gaza Strip. But it's not. It's kind of like minimal wave, synthy pop, post-punk. It's a very cool listen. But not ever the sort of punk I was thinking it was going to be, which is fine. I've got enough of that anyway. Cherry Red Records. Is this a Cherry Red record? Yeah, it is. So, Fresh Fruit for Rotten Vegetables, also a Cherry Red record. In fact, there it is. No cover. Dead Kennedys. Although, I think it's more of a punk label. I mean, this is a punk album. So, yeah. The record itself. Standard fare. But a cool one to have. I like a lot of the ones I've got this time are not any of the big hitters, really. You know, it's not like Black Sabbath, not Genesis, blah, blah, blah. Which is cool. Getting more of these weirdo ones in the collection. I mean, I think I have plenty of them anyway. It's getting out of hand, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm coming close on like 150, maybe even 160, 70 LPs now. And this storage I've got next to me was supposed to hold 100. That was filled before I even got it. Anyway, next one. This is a rogue get, but I mean, if you know anything about me, this is obviously going to be an automatic buy. It's a bootleg, complete and utter bootleg, called Outtakes. Track Rehearsals, Juju Demos 1981. It's obviously no catalog number or anything. Bunch of tracks that I don't recognize, and then Love in a Void, as far as the track rehearsal, 1977. So that'd be interesting. And then obviously some songs from Juju and Israel. It had a note on it saying that the audio quality is not very good. I mean, it's a bootleg, what do you expect? But it has this interesting thing at the bottom saying, it was produced and distributed, as always, by the Fabolous, mind you, the Fabolous Buster Brothers. This time, made in Korea, 1983. What? Okay, you say so. Anyway, here's the record. And both sides say Track Rehearsal 1977, so I don't know what that's all about. And no etchings, as you would expect. But yeah, I mean, not something I would have ever planned on getting, but I'm a sucker. It's a money pit for me. You see, oh my gosh, Susie in a record shop. I don't have it. It's mine. Doesn't matter. If it was Superstition, it would be the same. I would walk home with Superstition and the singles. In fact, I'm pretty sure the copy of Shadow Time that was in the Roxy is gone now. So, no. Missed my chance after about a year. Anyway, weird one to get, but I'm sure nobody's surprised. Anyway, next up, I've got 3, the rest of them are online, 2 sets of 3. This one was from Diet Cola Records. This first set, Diet Cola Records. Again, a bunch of random ones. This was one of the cheapest ones in my want list. I used to get the cat. You know, I do this sometimes where I'll go on and just search by lowest price because I guess I'm always going to be tight. But yeah, this one, it was just filled. The cat, etc. So I was like, okay, I'll get the cat. And obviously I like it. And it's nice and cute because it's got a cat on the front and a cat on the back and more cats there. Lovely. But yeah, jazz record from what, 1964, something like that. This is a Dutch copy. It's got a blurb on the back. The incredible Jimmy Smith, right there. Organ heavy. A lot of brass band on this, or big band on this if you want. But here it is. Damn, isn't that sharp for 1964? Not a repress or anything. I'm pretty sure this is the real deal. They must, as with a lot of jazz records, it's cheap, but this is remarkably good condition. I mean, it did say it was near mint, but really, how can you complain of that? The sleeve, I assume, is a replacement because I doubt it came in this. It looks too good. So yeah, Cat, a jazz one, nice and easy to listen to. Not as excited about that as I am as the others. Which, the next one, this is a wild one. I was surprised this was pretty cheap. This is an album, again, I only recently listened to. And If any of you recognize it, I would be surprised, but maybe you do. This is an album called Malignant by Ronce, and it is one of the strangest albums I've heard. But I mean, when I I discovered this on like Rate Your Music, as I do a lot of things, just looking around. The tags on it says like ASMR and also like Death Industrial in the same thing. Doesn't really make any sense, but when you listen to it, I mean, it is that, genuinely. And it's a fantastic listen. Lyrically pretty brutal, talking about objectification of women and that sort of stuff. It's awesome. Comes with this lyric booklet. A lot of it's in French, some of it's in English, even has translations. But yeah, not very well known. I don't know how many of these were made, but not particularly expensive. This was brand new sealed. And here's the vinyl. Oh no, we got one of these stubborn paper sleeves. Oh well. Oh yeah. As for a vinyl experience, I don't know. But all I know is that I couldn't stop listening to it. Insane music. A lot of experimental music leaves me cold and would leave a lot of people cold. And I have no problem with that. Because experimental music, generally, you are being anti-commercial, right? And you're not intentionally turning people off it, but you're probably knowing that a lot of people will not really enjoy it or be interested in it. But when you get an experimental album that really sort of ticks your boxes, that's a great find. And that's what I'd say this is. I don't know if I could recommend it to listen to anybody. I mean, if it sounds interesting, go for it. Whether you like it, I don't know. Very acquired taste, we'll say. Although I acquired that taste instantly. All right, next one is the last one from Diet Cola Records, I believe. Check this out. This is Lightning Bolt, a band that I don't know that I was ever that into, but, and probably less so now, but I will say I definitely don't have a problem with buying this record because look at it. It's awesome. Isn't this cover just fantastic? This is Sonic Citadel, which I think is their latest album. So colourful, brand new, sleek, and it's a gatefold. Bang. I'm sorry, but I mean, it could be blank vinyls for all I care. I just think this is a really, really cool package. A bit like Black Country New Road, right? So, in here, there's nothing, this isn't anything outrageous, but it's got this digital download. Enter this one-time code. I'm sure you all glimpsed it. And the rest of it's, the vinyls come in these paper sleeves. Are these lyrics? I guess there are lyrics. I can't remember this album really. I guess Lightning Bolt songs aren't instrumental necessarily. So yeah, I would assume these were lyrics. And then you've got the other one. Looks very, very similar to the first. Can't say I'm surprised. But yeah, really like the fact that I have it. Sometimes you get that. Whereas if the cover's this good, like, yeah, of course I want it, man. I almost don't really care. It's a bit like that Black Dice. Is that Black Dice? Beaches and Canyons. Didn't really like the album, but that album cover is phenomenal. I'd buy it. I would buy it. And I would make myself love it. All right. We got 3 more. These are 3 more really cool ones and also pretty esoteric. Maybe that was the word I was thinking of. This was from Riversoul Records, I believe. These 3. So let's have a look. This is one of the most obscure albums I own now. This is an album called Current Affairs. Sorry, it's called Off the Tongue by Current Affairs. first of all, just look at that colour. How awesome is this? Again, a lot of colour. You could just look at this. Not very expensive. What a fantastic package. Got your lovely paper insert, all the lyrics. So much care put into it. And on top of that, it's a bloody red vinyl. Right? This was particularly cheap. This would have been one of the cheapest I needed to get. Just love colour, you know what I'm saying? The album itself, pretty surprisingly good post-punk, to be honest with you. Every time a song from this album I hear it again, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty damn good for such an unknown record. I'd recommend it. Any post-punk fans out there, give it a try. All right, then I've got another one I am really excited to have. Another is particularly underrated, maybe not as, definitely not as unknown. Well, this is Blue Boy, Bank of England. Home to two of the finest songs I can think of in the dream pop genre, if you want to call it that, which would be the first and last tracks. Absolutely phenomenal songs. One of the best instrumentals I've heard, and just one of the most amazing, beautiful dream pop songs ever made, Joined Up Writing. I don't understand how it's not celebrated up there with the absolute greatest of the greats. Whatever, Beach House? Yeah, sure. You wish. Okay. Here it is, insert. This is a repress, I think. I mean, it's got an @ on it. It's like an Instagram @ so I would assume it's a repress because this was originally, what, 1998? It's got all the thanks on it. Nice chic white sleeve and the vinyl. So yeah, actually not their latest album anymore. They released another one. Don't really know a lot about Blue Boy. I've heard Unisex, I think it's called. If not that, if it's not called that, I've heard one of their other albums. I didn't think it was as good as this. I think this is vastly underrated. And the rest of the album's really good as well, by the way. Yeah, anybody that hasn't heard Joined Up Writing, listen to it. Listen to it now. Just do it. You won't regret it. Unless you're one of these like metal heads. Like, come on. Get over yourself. Listen to only metal. Who does that? Last one. Movietone. Self-titled debut. This is a reissue. In fact, it's a double vinyl reissue. Only Movietone album to have been reissued because the other ones are way too expensive to buy right now for me. So yeah, just this one. Movietone. Looks awesome. It's a double album that isn't a gatefold like the Rapture. What a wonderful back cover. I mean, the front cover's so good, but we finally get to see this. But yeah, two vinyls in here. Both of them have these gorgeous paper or cardboard sleeves, whatever you call them. So yeah, it's got all of this spiel on it, loads of stuff. And the vinyl itself, one of these is the album, and one of them is a couple of B-sides and demos, I believe. I don't know which is which. I feel like this might be the demo one. Oh yeah, I mean, it says 1, 2, 3, and 4 on it, so this would be the second one. But a cool little additional bonus. Reminds me of Tacoma Radar, right? Except this isn't numero. But yeah. Okay, that's enough. I've had enough of talking. But I think this haul has been pretty interesting. And that will, unless I've got a surprise, this should be it for the month of quote-unquote April. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you briefly.